Hello and welcome to WashingtonExec's video series. I'm your host, Amanda Ziadeh, and with me today is Aaron Burciaga. He's a Senior Director of Artificial Intelligence and Analytics at ECS. Thank you so much for joining me today, Aaron.
My pleasure to be here.
All right. So, Aaron, you have an extensive background in automation, AI, machine learning, data science, and so on. And so we're interested in learning more about what ECS is working on in these areas and the trends that you're seeing evolve. So I wanted to start by asking what advancements your organization is making in AI and ML solutions, and what challenges these advancements are helping your customers to solve.
Thanks for the question. And again, thank you for having me here. ECS is making some incredible advancements to assist our customers in the fields of analytics, artificial intelligence, data science, and machine learning. We are particularly focused on the sorts of sensors that can help us gather the information from far afield. So it is no longer just what comes or streams to us through our computers, but it is really a consideration for what are the visual sensors that can capture image and other computer vision and recognition. The audio, so the auditory type feedback we can get from what the systems might be hearing, censoring, or the vibrations, and the haptic feedback, what's on your body, what can be felt, or what can be monitored through things like a Fitbit, or even ingested through smart pills, or the multimodal of all of those sensors coming in to develop a better understanding of the battle space, or really the globe. And that is what ECS is doing an exceptional job of synthesizing to bring to light better decisions and situational awareness for our customers, and really what the market is demanding and requiring in the case of national security and national prosperity.
So what are some major AI trends that you see sweeping through government agencies at the moment? And what are they looking for in order to more efficiently complete their missions?
I see a lot happening around really four staples of data science and AI. And that is, how are the data collected and how are they managed, curated, and brought in responsibly? Second is how data engineering takes place. Third, how the insights are generated through data science, analytics, AI. And then lastly, how they are consumed. And so while all four of those themes are not new, a lot of the technologies, the processes, and the novel cadre that are doing those things better are. And so one thing I will focus on is a little bit on that fourth bit, that user experience, that consumer experience, or what's sometimes called the total experience, the UX, the CX, or the TX, how it's actually ingested and how it stays relevant to the SES, the general, or even the Lance Corporal who's using that information in the battlefield. It needs to drive a sort of adoption and adherence that can't be negated. And so through that, I see really the industry considering four things taught to us by other industries. One thing that is taught to us through food science is dynamic contrast, how something stays crunchy or relevant, or what it means to us as we step through and have the experience of consuming that bit of information. From the music industry, the intro hook, how we come into that application and insight and how it grabs our attention and leads us to another stanza in the music, or better yet, to another screen in the decision making. From the design industry, the negative space, both what is on the screen and what's not on the screen. And lastly, from stage, the minimalism that points and orients the user towards a relevant experience. I like to say 3 clicks to boom. There's a great quote from stage about if there is a rifle on the wall in stage 1, it must be fired in the second act, or else it has no business being there. Such is true with everything that a data scientist, an analytics professional, an AI engineer, or machine learning engineer must do. As we design these things, they must have impact. They must have dynamic contrast, an intro hook, negative space, and minimalism to be relevant to the end user over a long period of time. And for all of us, that is how our solutions get adopted and adhered to for the long term.
So what does that long term, that future of next gen AI and ML look like, and what are you working towards?
Oh, that future is very exciting. For me, as I said, kind of at the beginning, it's about having sensors everywhere. It's about collecting more information in real time. I don't think the challenge really is collecting the information, or with the high performance computing and the GPU we have today, to really develop those insights and to tee up a decision that would be opportune for any executive, or like I said, even the most junior grade. It is about our ability to, as humans, begin to sense and respond faster to these technologies and adopt them, being able to actually hit accept or reject or move on to the next opportunity that's been framed for us, the course of action. So for me, the challenge and the opportunity we have is not just about accelerating the information, but as well as accelerating the human decision making.
Are there any other insights that you'd like to share about this topic area?
Yeah, that's great. I really feel, and again, having been in this industry for over 20 years and having delivered meaningful studies for the Marine Corps and for other services, as well as having been in commercial, I find that there's a lot that is old that is new again. And it's not what's old is new again just because that's a cute phrase, but because there are a lot of good nuggets, a lot of good science kind of in those hills. It's almost like Raiders of the Lost Ark. I, for example, developed a piece of analysis almost in 2010 that helped the Marine Corps towards $2.3 billion. That bit of analysis is somewhat kind of sidelined or at least put in the archives. And now with what we can do with automation and machine learning, we can actually extract that, bring that to the forefront and automate it to the extent it can be so that it's delivering that 2.3 billion again and again, as opposed to one-off studies. And so for me, something important for all of our customers to consider and what ECS is helping them do is really look at their portfolio of studies, have some portfolio management, some rationalization, model lifecycle management, and an end-to-end, not only analytics process, not only scientific process, but a decision-making process that remembers those great efficiencies that were delivered years ago and brings them forward to the solutions of today.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing these insights with us today, Aaron. I really appreciate it.
You bet. It's a pleasure to be with you.